thought today I would talk about auditions since I'm on my way to school to do auditions for the program today. Now, I am a professor in a commercial music department, so also I am the commercial voice component of this. So what I'm going to tell you mostly is what I would be looking for, what I will be looking for this afternoon in an audition. And the first thing I gotta say, that all young people come in and they think we're expecting perfection. I can tell you that I am not. I'm looking for drive. I'm looking for commitment. I'm looking for what knowledge you do have. I'm looking for professionalism. Are you ready? I'm looking for confidence. At least, can you fake it? Because you may have to fake it the first few times you're on stage, and that's okay. So can you do that? Can you speak? And for me, for a commercial department, and in this commercial degree, we're looking at building artists and building people who are going to go out and work in the music industry. So when I ask questions, I'm looking for, have you really thought about that? Do you know what the commercial music industry is? Do you have any clue what style of singer you are, what style of music you do? Do you have any sort of sense of who you are yet, or who you might like to be? Because generally, I gotta say, that changes. That changes. Usually, I mean, it's like right on time. By the third semester, by the time you're first semester sophomore, you start getting an inkling really of who you are as a performer and who you are as a singer. And by the second semester, it really starts to get solidified, and I see people then starting to work really for their direction. So even the singers that come in and say, yes, this is who I am and this is the direction I know I want to go, I can't think of one example in the 6 years that I've been teaching here that has changed, that this timeline has not been in effect. So come in with an idea, please come in knowing the difference between musical theater music and contemporary, modern, popular, however you want to say it. Musical theater is a different stylizing. It's a different use of the voice. So a lot of times it gives me a big clue when we say, you have to perform two contrasting songs, and the singers come in and one of their selections is a musical theater piece. Like, they don't understand what commercial voice is. And again, I'm not saying that you have to, but understand that there is a difference between that. Like, we don't ask for arias or classical pieces because that's not what you're going to be studying. You're going to be studying commercial, popular, modern singers. And by modern, we explore the roots of a lot of different styles, starting with the Great American Songbook. So having some idea of the repertoire that you're going to be studying and why you want to study it, and having at least thought about what you might want to do as a career. Because a lot of people get into this field of study, and they say, oh, I didn't know that, I didn't think about the fact that music was going to become my job, work, every day. Like, some people really want music to just be a hobby, and that's okay. But know that about yourself before you spend a lot of money at a university and a couple of semesters of time exploring the idea that you need to make this your job. Your practice is your job. Analyzing singers and learning genres is your job while you're in college. And for a lot of people, music is an outlet, and it's a stress reliever. And to make that stressful, that you have to have assignments in, and you have to be performing all of the technical aspects that we're working on in class, that becomes very stressful, and it can take the fun out of just having music there to be your harbor, So have some pre-thought about that before you come into the audition process at a university if you are going to audition for a modern band or commercial program like ours. So those are the things that I'm looking for. Sure, I'm looking for technical abilities. You know, I'm looking for, are you a natural belter? Are you belting? You don't have to be. That's not a requirement. But if you do it, where is it coming from? How correctly are you using your instrument, which is your body at this point? Are you singing through a lot of tension? How are you handling the pressure and the questions? How's your pitch? How's your agility? Are the runs that you're doing actually clear, and are they appropriate? And while I'm on running and riffing, this is maybe my personal preference, but I gotta say, I don't love it when people over riff and overrun, because then it stops becoming special. You know, and I think, can you just sing a note with some passion and some feeling? Can you make me feel something through telling the story instead of vocal acrobatics? I mean, it's impressive and it's cool, but throw it in where it is special, and throw it in, you know, where it makes an effect on what you're singing or the story that you're trying to tell. You know, find the moments that you want to emphasize, because the important thing really, from my perspective, is the story and how you're communicating it with your audience. Because think about this, right? If you are not communicating well with your audience and you're thinking about becoming an artist, you need to gain fans. But if you don't have a communication and you don't have a relationship with them, because you haven't really taken the time to think about, what is it I'm saying? Am I connecting with these lyrics? Have I thought about how to present these lyrics in a way that it really communicates the emotion and the intention behind the song that I'm singing? Again, who cares and who knows what the artist intended or is thinking about and feeling in the moment of singing the song? We don't know that. The only thing you can know is what your intention is. So have you put some thought into what you're singing and how you're singing it and how you're trying to communicate that emotion and that experience to your audience, which in an audition are your adjudicators, right? I mean, the people that are out there watching and listening and being a part of your audition. So those are my thoughts today. I'll go through and video a few more parts of the day today and give you a few more thoughts, but I just wanted to maybe say this because I'm thinking about all of these things and maybe they're important to hear for you. I think the biggest thing is just be real, just be yourself, just be authentic. We're not looking for perfect. We're not expecting you to be something you're not. In fact, for me, the most important thing is, are you okay with who you are? You know, just be yourself. If a note cracks, so what? Go on. Notes crack. Guess what? We're humans. Unless you somehow have become, a robot person or whatever. There is no perfect anything every single time we do it. It changes, and how you deal with it, to mess up is human, but it's how you recover that is professional. And that's, in my program at least, a lot of, we work on that, and I try to really reinforce that thought. So keep that in mind. No one is expecting perfect. We want you to be real, and we want you to be able to pick up and go on after mistakes if they happen. And just know that a lot of times mistakes do happen, and that's okay. We expect that. You are human, and you are young, and you are coming to this institution to learn, and that's cool, and that's courageous, and we applaud you for that. All right, if you're going to audition, have a great audition.